So give the heading as convectional rainfall. Convectional rainfall. What is the literal meaning of convection? What is the literal meaning of convection? Maybe in the polity you come across the word a parliamentary convention. Did you come across that one? What do you mean by convention? Nothing but traditional. Okay, now this is the traditional type of rainfall. What do you mean by traditional type of rainfall? See the condition. For example, whenever you are seeing the surface of the earth, the entire surface of the earth is a flat land? No. Entire surface of the earth is a flat land? At somewhere you can find the undulations. At somewhere you can find the very vast plain areas. And see the conditions. At somewhere you can find water bodies also. Maybe this is the water body. Maybe this is also a water body. Maybe this is also a water body. A small water bodies which are there on the surface of the earth. What we call that one? That may be a stream. That may be a pond. That may be a lake. Now see the condition. All these are the water bodies. This type of convectional rainfall is very common in summer season. This convectional rainfall is very common in summer season or high temperature regions. The convectional type of rainfall is very common in either the summer season or the high temperature regions. Now see the condition. Whenever the temperatures are high, what about the condition wherever the water bodies are there? Wherever the water bodies are there, and whatever the water is present in the water bodies, that water is converting into a small, which form? A gaseous form. What we call that one? Gaseous form. Okay, the point where the waters are converting into a gaseous form, what we call that one? That is called as evaporation. That process is called as evaporation. So if you want to see the convectional type of rainfall, what is required? The water bodies are required. Not only the water bodies, what is required? The rapid evaporation is required. When you can find the rapid evaporation? Wherever the temperatures are high. Whenever the temperatures are high. When the temperatures are high, generally summer season. And also there are certain areas, every day you can find such type of rainfall. Generally that area is considered as equatorial region. All you people know about the equatorial region. Where you can find the high temperatures over the globe. Equator. Nothing but in the equatorial region as well as in the summer season, there is one type of rainfall is dominant. Such a rainfall is called as convectional rainfall. Now see the condition. Whenever the evaporation will take place. Over the what type of evaporation? Very rapid evaporation. Whenever the rapid evaporation is taking place, what is going to form? A very zizantic cloud is going to form. What is that particular cloud? Cumulonimbus cloud. Rapid temperature, rapid evaporation leads to formation of a special type of cloud. That particular cloud is called as cumulonimbus cloud. Now see the condition. All you people know about the character of the cumulonimbus. What do you mean? What is the character of the cumulonimbus? The character of the cumulonimbus is nothing but rain-bearing clouds. See here, because of the rapid evaporation, this particular cloud is having more quantity of waters as well as ice crystals. See here. This particular process of evaporation starts from morning 7 o'clock. This particular process of evaporation is going to start by the morning 7 o'clock during the summer. When you are going to find the sun? By the time of 5:30. Nothing but what is the character of the summer? What is the characteristic feature of summer? The longer days, shorter nights. By the time of 5:10 or 5:15, you can find the rising of the sun. By the time of 7 o'clock, there is a continuous evaporation. up to till 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3, up to 3 o'clock. See the condition. Rapid evaporation leads to formation of a special type of cloud, cumulonimbus cloud. See here, whenever this cloud having the more quantity of water, by the time of 3 o'clock, exactly afternoon, this cloud is unable to bear that particular water. Whenever it is unable to bear the water, what it is going to cause? It is going to cause a rainfall. Such a type of rainfall is called as, what we call that rainfall? Convectional rainfall. This is the normal rainfall. Nana, during the summer time, when you are going to, especially the March, April, May, when you are going to find the rainfall, during the morning times or the afternoon times? Post-afternoon, post-lunch time, maybe after 4 o'clock, maybe it starts from after 3 o'clock only, not before 3. Why? Because from morning 7 o'clock to till 3 o'clock, there is a continuous evaporation. How much amount of water is there? All the water got converted into a gaseous form. And over a period of time, it got condensated and converted into a cloud-like structure. That particular cloud is called as, what is the name of that cloud? Cumulonimbus cloud. So the convectional rainfall is associated with what type of cloud? Cumulonimbus cloud. The same convectional rainfall is also known as what we call that word? See the word. Unseasonal rainfall. Also known as untimely rainfall. Which is also known as unseasonal rainfall, which is also known as untimely rainfall. This unseasonal or untimely rainfall is having different names in the different places. What we call in Telangana. Day before yesterday, we come across a concept called as local winds. Mango showers. What we call that mango showers? Untimely rainfall. When you are going to find that mango showers, in which season? Summer. We come across all these things. But we can't come across the process. That's it. And also all you people about the Kal Baishakis. That is also a convectional rainfall. All you people about cherry blossoms. That is also a convectional rainfall. So, when you are going to find the convectional rainfall, there are two criteria should be there. What is that one? There should be a summer season or there should be a high temperature zone. If these two conditions are providing, then only you can find the formation of a rainfall. Then only you can find a special type of rainfall, which is called as convectional rainfall. Always, I am using the one more word here. I am using the word always. Always, this convectional rainfall is associated with cumulonimbus clouds. Convectional rainfall jarigindi ante, you are going to find cumulonimbus clouds. Nana, whenever the cumulonimbus clouds are there, what about the another effects? Is there any effect from cumulonimbus cloud? Nothing but always the convectional rainfall is associated with lightning and thundering. Which is called as lightning as well as thundering. See the condition? There is a region called as equatorial region. Equatorial region, where you can find the more temperatures over the globe. Equatorial region. Every day you can find the rainfall between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Every day you can find the rainfall. If you are there on the 0 degrees, you are going to experience this one. Every day by the time of 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. That's why the equatorial region is having this rainfall is also referred as midday rainfall. Also referred as, and there are many names are there. Afternoon rainfall. Also known as unseasonal rainfall. Where you can call this one as unseasonal rainfall, untimely rainfall? These are restricted to what is that regions? Tropical regions. Where, but on the equatorial region, there is no distinction between summer and winter. Why? Because ప్రతిరోజు మధ్యాహ్నం పూట ఎక్కువ టెంపరేచర్ ఉంటుంది కదా. There is no distinction between summer and winter. But what is the best example for tropical region? What is that country? Our India. You can experience this type of rainfall exactly during the summer time. That's why this is called as unseasonal rainfall, untimely rainfall. ఎక్కడంట మా పేర్లతో? Tropical regions. But what about in the equatorial region? Midday rainfall, also known as afternoon rainfall. Almost all, don't feel that this is the small rainfall. Every day there is a stagnation of almost all 7 inches of water. On the equatorial region, there is a stagnation of 7 inches of water. What do you mean by 7 inches? Almost all the size of chappal. Our slipper, the size of slipper. See the condition, 7 inches of water. If the same condition is happening in Hyderabad, can you able to survive the Hyderabad? You can find the disaster in Hyderabad. For a normal rainfall only, you can find the flow of Musi here instead of in the river. But what about the 7 inches of water? Very, very hard to cope up this one. See the condition? One side, what type of temperature you can find on the equatorial region? High temperatures. One side, what about the availability of water? More availability of water. What plant is required? Whenever you are seeing the plants, what the plants is required? This is the what we call the practical sense. You can't find in the books. What the plant is required? For the growth of plant, water is required. What is the food? Through a process called as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis jaragali ante what type of temperatures? High temperatures. Well, that is the reason why this area is consisting of very, very zygonic plants. And also see the one more condition. Every day if the rainfall is taking place, this area is suitable for living of the people. నాన్న ప్రతిరోజు ఇక్కడ వర్షం పడుతుంది, హాట్ టెంపరేచర్స్ ఉన్నాయి, మనుషులు ఇక్కడ ఉండగలుగుతారా? That's why whenever the people are not there, this area is completely having trees. If any area is completely dominated with the trees, what we call that one? Forest. Why this forest is formed? Why the forest is formed? That's why this forest is called as, see the word, equatorial rainforest. Equatorial rainforest. Nana, don't feel that these are the small trees. The minimum height of the tree is almost all 20 meters. The minimum width of the particular stem is almost all 2 to 3 meters. నేను 2 చేతులు పెట్టుకొని పట్టినా కానీ సరిపోదు, అంత పెద్ద స్టెమ్ ఉంటుందట. ఓకే, the height is minimum 30 meters. And also see the condition. In the downside, there is a continuous water. కిందేమో వాటర్ ఉంటాయి, పైనేమో కంప్లీట్గా చెట్లు ఉన్నాయి. నా చూడండి, ఇక్కడ ప్రతిసారి వాటర్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ద మ్యాన్ కెన్ మూవ్ వెరీ వెరీ ఫ్రీలీ దేర్. నో. కెన్ యూ ఏబుల్ టు ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ ద gigantic animals there? Elephants? Can you able to find the elephants there? Can you able to find the lions? No. Can you able to find the tigers? No. Can you able to find the camels there? No. Then what type of animals you can find there? All sorts of arboreals. What do you mean by arboreals? These are the animals which used to jump from one plant to another plant. What is the best example? Monkeys. You name the monkeys, you can find in this region, equatorial region. There is a special variety of monkey called as orangutan. Have you ever seen the orangutan? You didn't see the orangutan? Have you ever seen the orangutan? This is the orangutan. You can find the n number of orangutans. See here. Where it is living? On the surface of the earth, or it is living on the branches of the tree? Branches of the tree. Why it is there in the branches of the tree? Downside, the completely water, very very waterlogging condition. Whenever the waterlogging conditions are there, not only the arboreals, you can find all sorts of reptiles. What do you mean by reptile? The crawling animals. What are the best example for crawling animals? Snakes. Not only the snakes, even there is a gigantic reptile which is called as crocodile. Did you come across the crocodile? Amazon crocodile, highly ferocious crocodile. The minimum length of that particular equatorial crocodile, or the Brazilian crocodile or the equatorial crocodile is almost all 10 feet. 10 feet of length. The minimum weight is almost all 400 kilos. What about the height of human being? Maximum 6 feet. What about the length of that particular one? Crocodile, 10 feet. The minimum weight is 400 kgs. Nana, if you are going to that region, especially the Amazon region, Amazon perinara, the Amazon itself is a rainforest. If you are there in the Amazon jungle, you are welcomed by all sorts of, what we call that one, reptiles and orangutans. All sorts of. ఫస్ట్ లోపల కూడా గగనం బయటకు రావడం అసలు రాలేం. వై? బికాస్ ఆల్ సార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ venomous snakes are there. All sorts of venomous snakes. All sorts of, all you people know about anaconda. Can you able to find the anacondas in India? No, you can't find the anacondas in India. The anacondas are restricted to equatorial rainforest. And also there is a one important mosquito. Whenever the waters are there, what is going to take birth? Mosquitoes are taking birth. And there is a special mosquito which is called as CC fly. Did you come across the word CC fly? Anna, this is the very, very special mosquito. If it is going to bite anyone, that fellow will get 24 hours of continuous sleep without any disturbance. 24 hours a continuous sleep. What we are doing? నిద్ర రావడానికి నానా తనకలాడుతుంటాం మనమైతే. అలాంటోడైతే ఇబ్బంది పడతాడు. ఇంకా ఎప్పుడు నిద్ర వస్తుంది, ఎప్పుడు నిద్ర పడుతుంది. సీ ద కండిషన్, మస్కిటోస్. వన్ మస్కిటో బైట్, we will take a 24 hours of night sleep. If the people is unable to wake up after 24 hours, definitely is there in coma. That is also a problem. 24 hours తర్వాత లేకపోతే వాడు కోమాలో ఉన్నాడని, 7 రోజుల తర్వాత కూడా లేకపోతే మర్చిపోమని. That is the condition. There is a fly called as CC fly. That it is causing a disease which is called as Ghana disease, which is called as sleeping sickness. Definitely that area is having the Ghana Bajana. Why it is called as Ghana Bajana region? Nana, mosquito sound vinnara. Whenever the more waters are there, more mosquitoes are there. You can find a rhythmic sounds. Instead of air Rahman music, you can find the mosquito music there. That is the condition. Nana, why I am telling all this story? That is the story is because of one type of rainfall. What is that rainfall? Convectional rainfall. Okay now, see the condition. This is called as convectional rainfall. Lightning, thundering, unseasonal rainfall, untimely rainfall, and also what we call that one? Midday rainfall, afternoon rainfall. And it is it is responsible for a forest. What we call that forest? Equatorial rainforest. What are the example for equatorial rainforest? Amazon. Then open the atlas. Open the atlas. Atlas is not there. Done. Open chesara. Nana, go to South America map. South America map. ఒక్కొక్క కాంటినెంట్ చూపించుకుంటూ వస్తాను చూడండి. ఓకేనా? గో టు సౌత్ అమెరికా. నాన్న, ఐడెంటిఫై 0 degree latitude. 0 degree latitude. దానిపైన చూడండి, ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా సౌత్ అమెరికా పైన 0 degrees పైన you can find a one word called as selvas. SELVAS. కనపడిందా? Selvas. Who is Selva? He is not a Tamilian. Okay, selvas are there. Nana, what do you mean by selvas? Selvas are nothing but the equatorial rainforest in the Amazon, nothing but what we call in the Brazil region, which is called as selvas. బ్రెజిల్లో అమెజాన్ రెయిన్ ఫారెస్ట్కి వాళ్ళు ఒక పేరు పెట్టుకున్నారు, ఈక్వటోరియల్ రెయిన్ ఫారెస్ట్కి. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ నేమ్? సెల్వాస్. కనపడిందా నాన్న? కంప్లీట్గా గ్రీన్ కలర్ ఉంటుంది చూడండి, అక్కడంతా గ్రీన్ కలర్ ఉందా? గో టు ఆఫ్రికా, లెఫ్ట్కి తిప్పండి నాన్న. విత్ ఇన్ ద ఆఫ్రికా, ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఆన్ 0 degrees, యూ కెన్ ఫైండ్ ఎ ఫారెస్ట్ కాల్డ్ as కాంగో బేసిన్. ఐడెంటిఫై కాంగో. కాంగో ఇస్ దేర్. కాంగో. నాన్న, సీ ద కండిషన్. కాంగో బేసిన్ 0 degrees కనపడిందా నాన్న? రెయిన్ఫాల్ ఎక్కువ పడింది అనుకోండి, నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఇట్ ఈస్ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ ఫర్ ఫారెస్ట్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో responsible for the birth of rivers. The major river in that particular area is Congo River. Congo River is there? Congo Basin, Congo River. What about there in Amazon? Amazon River. ఇంతవరకు ఓకేనా? నాన్న గో టు సౌత్ ఈస్ట్ ఏషియా మ్యాప్. South East Asia map. Southeast Asian map. Did you open the Southeast Asian map? And identify 0 degrees. The 0 degrees passes through exactly over Indonesia, Sumatra, Java, Sumatran Island, Javan Island, Kalimantan Island. కనపడిందా నాన్న? ఇండోనేషియా కనపడిందా? ఇండోనేషియా మీరు చూడండి, ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ 0 degrees పైన ఉంటుంది చూడండి. ఇజ్ ఇట్ దేర్? 0 degrees మీద ఉందంటే వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ రెయిన్ ఫాల్? రెయిన్ నథింగ్ బట్ రెయిన్ ఫారెస్ట్, ఈక్వటోరియల్ రెయిన్ ఫారెస్ట్, విచ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అస్ సుమత్రన్ రెయిన్ ఫారెస్ట్. నాన్న అక్కడే చూడండి, టు ద ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ఇండోనేషియా యూ కెన్ ఫైండ్ ఎ స్మాల్ ఐలాండ్ which is called as Timor Leste. What is the capital city of Timor Leste? Delhi, not Delhi. India capital is not also a Delhi, it is a New Delhi. Okay, kanapadinda? Nana, to the northern side of what we call that one, Timor Leste, you can find a larger island, Borneo Island. Borneo is there? Borneo కనపడిందా? ఫిలిప్పైన్స్ కనపడిందా? ఫిలిప్పైన్స్ సౌత్లో చూడండి, యూ కెన్ ఫైండ్ ఎ లార్జర్ ఐలాండ్ విచ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అస్ బోర్నియో కనపడిందా? ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు ఫైండ్ దట్ వన్, ఇండోనేషియా నార్త్లో చూడండి, నార్త్ ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ఇండోనేషియా, బోర్నియో ఐలాండ్ is there. Nana, this is the island is shared by 3 countries. If at all this is the island, the southern side which is called as Kalimantan, rasunda akkada Kalimantan is there? Kanapadinda? If it is a oriental black swan, you can't able to find. If it is a Oxford, you can find. Okay, this is the offer. See the condition. Nana, this region is called as Kalimantan region. Here you can find the word Sarawak. Sarawak is there? Sarawak. Kanapadinda? Nana, here you can find a kingdom called as Brunei. Nana, this Kalimantan is also belongs to Indonesia. Recently, see the condition, see the geographical condition where the Indonesia is locating? 0 degrees. Whenever it is 0 degrees, what about the rainfall? Everyday rainfall, high rainfall. What is the capital city of Indonesia? Jakarta. Very good. Jakarta is a unplanned city. Every day there is a floods. In Jakarta. Why? Because every day the rainfall is there. In order to make an administrative convenience, the Indonesia shifted their capital from Jakarta to Nusantara. Recently the people shifted from Jakarta to Nusantara. Where is Nusantara? Now, so Nusantara is not there in the geographical conditions of the Indonesia. Not there in a geographical boundaries of Indonesia. It is there in Kalimantan region. Kalimantan కనపడిందా? నాన్న ఇక్కడంతా చూస్తే ఇండోనేషియా ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడెక్కడో పైన చూస్తే కాలిమంతన్ ఉంటుంది. ఈ కాలిమంతన్లో వాళ్ళు ఒక కొత్త న్యూ క్యాపిటల్ సిటీని డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నారట. వాట్ ఈస్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ సిటీ? నూసంతారా. ఓకే, see the condition. Nana, see the one more condition here. Within your economy, you come across one word which is called as development versus destruction. Did you come across the word? Ecology versus environment. Nana, see the condition. If you want to see the development, you have to go for the destruction of the land. If you want to see the any developmental projects, you have to go for the destruction of the land. What it means that, for example, take the case of Indian scenario. Once upon a time, the Jammu Kashmir is having how many capitals? 2 capitals. One is called as Srinagar. Other one is called as Jammu. In between, there are certain ranges which are called as Pir Panjal ranges. Nothing but Himalayas. This Jammu is nothing but which capital? Winter capital. What about Srinagar? Summer capital. Why there is a 2 capitals? Once upon a time, see the condition, there is no question of movement between Jammu Kashmir and Srinagar during which season? Winter season. Why? Because if this is a Himalayan region, one side you can find the Jammu, other side you can find the Srinagar. If you want to go from Jammu to Srinagar, you have to climb the mountain. Again we have to come down, which is called a Ghat section. But during the winter, and normally this area is a cold region. Cold temperatures are there. During the winter, you can find minus 2 degrees Celsius of temperature. If minus 2 degrees Celsius of temperature is there, what is dominant here? Snowfall. The major problem with the Indian roads is not a all-weather roads. The major problem of Indian roads is not a all-weather roads. Okay, now, if at all, if it is a road, if any snowfall will take place, there is that particular road is a slippery in nature. Slip avutundata. That's why there is no question of movement between Jammu to Srinagar during the winter prior to 2008 condition. Not now, prior to 2008. Then government feel that the government want to construct a big tunnel. Okay, in order to construct a big tunnel, what they have to do? They have to degrade the Himalayas. They degraded the Himalayas and they constructed a tunnel. The name of the tunnel is called as Jawahar Tunnel, which is popularly called as Banihal Pass. Now see the condition. These people are not moving in the upper reaches of Himalayas. These people made a small tunnel. Through this tunnel, the people are moving. Now see the condition. Once upon a time, before 2008, if you want to go from Jammu to Srinagar, it will take 24 hours of time. But nowadays, if you want to go from Jammu to Srinagar, it will take only 10 hours of time. How much time got cut down? Almost all. See the 14 hours. Because of this particular tunnel. This is called as development. We know that. But what is happening there? Destruction is happening. But see the condition of Nusantara. It is there exactly on the equatorial rainforest. Entire forest is there. One side, the government is signatory to one particular organization. What is that one? United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity. Nothing but we have to protect the biological diversity. What do you mean by biological diversity? You have to write all these things within your mind's answer. Wherever it is possible. See the condition. Convention on biodiversity. What do you mean by biodiversity? Life forms. What are life on the surface of the earth? Animals, plants, as well as human beings. No need to take care of human beings. Already they will protect it. These people are highly protected. Don't worry about that one. With whom you evarni protect cheyali manam? Plants and animals. Where the plants and animals are there? In the forest region. That is the reason why the Indian government drafted a protection act, which is called as Wildlife Protection Act. Did you come across this word? Wildlife Protection Act. The Indian government is protecting the wildlife. Wildlife is nothing but plants and animals. See the condition. How many plants are there within that particular Kalimantan region? Very, very high amount of plants. If we want to construct a new capital city, what we have to do? We have to go for deforestation. So are you abiding the rules of UNCPD? No. Nana, even in India also, there is one program, there is one assessment which is called as environmental impact assessment. Did you come across this word? ప్రతిదానికి ఏదైనా డెవలప్మెంట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ స్టార్ట్ అవ్వనియండి, ఇండియాలో ఏ డెవలప్మెంట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అయినా సరే, యూ హ్యావ్ టు గెట్ ద పర్మిషన్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ మినిస్ట్రీ. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ మినిస్ట్రీ? మినిస్ట్రీ ఆఫ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్, ఫారెస్ట్ అండ్ క్లైమేట్ చేంజ్. యూ హ్యావ్ టు గెట్ ద క్లియరెన్స్ ఫర్ MOEFCCC, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. These people are making a impact assessment. ఓకే, మీరు ఒక రోడ్డు కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఆ రోడ్డు కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయడం వల్ల ఎంత లైఫ్ అనేది నాశనం అవుతుంది, ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఎంత నాశనం అవుతుంది, విచ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ ఇంపాక్ట్ అసెస్మెంట్. వీఆర్ అసెసింగ్ ద ఇంపాక్ట్. దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ వై గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా కేమ్ అప్ విత్ వన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ వన్? ఈ పేరు విన్నారు ఎప్పుడన్నా? వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ వన్? కాంపెన్సేటరీ అఫారెస్టేషన్. ఓకే, ఈ ఏరియాలో రోడ్డు కడుతూ 10,000 చెట్లను నాశనం చేసావు, కొట్టేసావు. ఆ 10,000 చెట్లు ఎక్కడన్నా నాటు పోయి ఎక్కడన్నా. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ద కాంపెన్సేషన్ త్రూ ఎ ప్రాసెస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ అఫారెస్టేషన్, విచ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ కాంపెన్సేటరీ అఫారెస్టేషన్. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇన్ తెలంగాణ? కాంపెన్సేటరీ అఫారెస్టేషన్. Haritaharam, highly successful program in entire India. See the conditions. This is how we have to link entire subjects. Oka topic తీసుకుంటే you have to read in all the dimensions. Geography, rainfall. See the condition, rainfall. Rainfall is creating the livelihood. Not only the livelihood, sometimes this is responsible for developmental projects also. Okay, this is about the convectional rainfall.